Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. As you can see, the goatee is gone. There's quite a few people happy with it. I'm sort of happy myself now. It feels, even though it wasn't itching, when you take it off, it sort of takes a weight off your shoulders. It's a bit of a strange relief you get from it. But I do prefer to be clean shaven, and I prefer to shave a full face as well. I prefer to watch a full face shave as well if I watch one. So it's just the way I like it anyway. So what are we using today? Same as my face shave. What are we using today? Who the frick says that? Someone says that all the time, out of Paul H. I'm using a sample tub here. This is from the Secret Artisan over here in Western Australia. This stuff is pretty much ready to rock and roll, most of it. This is called Jaffa. Now for those of you out there that don't know what a Jaffa is, a Jaffa in Australia is a little sort of hard candy covered chocolate ball. It tastes very much like Terry's chocolate orange, or I'm trying to think what else it might like, even like a Jaffa cake. It's got that sort of scent to it. It smells like that. Now I'm using the same stuff I use for my face shave, and the scent's lovely on it. It's really nice. It's not a strong scent. It sits around about a 3 to 3.5 out of the soap itself. Once you get some water in it and actually start lathering it, it gets up around about a 4 to 4.5. But it's really nice. And as much as it's not a complex scent, it's a very straightforward, this is what I am sort of scent, which I like. Oh, it's really nice. Now, if you've watched my face shave, you'll know that I have got a phenomenal lather from it. So I'm looking forward to this. Now, whether there's enough soap actually in this bowl now to complete a whole head shave, I don't know yet. I think there is, I think there's loads. But all I'm doing right now is just whipping it up. Oh sorry, the brush is the turn and shave with the 26mm ghost knot, which I used it yesterday as well for a bowl lather, and it bowl lathers really well. But I think this is where it's going to excel for me. I think it's going to really excel on the head shaves. So this soap is vegan based, vegetal based, however you want to say it. I don't think there's any animal product in it at all that I know of. Yet it made such a thick, creamy, and I mean really creamy lather. As you can see there, it's just building up beautifully. So I'm going to stick with it at that. I'm going to wet my head. And let's get the lather on. Just add a bit of water. This brush has got so much scrub. Way more scrub than any brush I've used, I think. It's got more scrub than a board brush. I'm talking like a stiff board brush, like your Omegas and things like that. I mean, it's really chewing into the hair on my head. I can feel it really getting in there and scrubbing the hair. Just thinking this lather looks a little bit, I don't think there's enough soap in this bowl. Just looks a little bit thin, which isn't the best when I'm trying to sort of showcase a review. I should really put a bit more into, but who knows, I might have to I may have to just add a little bit more into the bowl for the next pass, but we'll see. I've got enough on here anyway to do this pass at least. I'm going with the Karve razor again, which has got the, come on, focus. It's got the C plate on there, which hopefully you can maybe see under there, which is 0.85 blade gap. That's just a brilliant razor. So I'm going to go with the grain first. I've got Gillette and Asset blade in here, the same one that I use for my face shave. So all I'm doing now, I'm going straight against the grain, I'm no messing about. Put a little bit of lights on because it's a really windy, sort of wintry day today. It's actually quite nice. And I'm not finding this quite as nice, the lather on this head shave, and it's nothing to do with the lather, it's to do with the way I've done it. Because I haven't replenished the soap, I didn't realise I'd used all the soap up in the bowl, and then I added a little bit more water with the synthetic, with this one, sorry, not a synthetic, I used the synthetic in my last shave. But the slickness is still there, so still a fair bit of hair on here, but that's just the first pass, so I'm just going to empty the sink out. It's a very smooth, mild feeling razor with pretty good efficiency. I think the D, E or F plate would definitely for head shavers be much better. If you like an aggressive razor for your face shaves, I would probably stick to maybe like the D, E and F as well, I wouldn't look at the C. If you like sort of middle of the road where it feels beautiful and it's still efficient enough to get a good shave, the C plate is definitely the one to go for. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit more of this soap out. I'm just going to squish it into the side of the bowl and I'm going to try at least. Got that squished in the side, so I'm just going to take the brush now back into the lather, into the bowl, sorry, fuck, I'm all over the place. Now if you haven't watched my face shave where I take my goatee off, I have a bit of an unfortunate accident in the Bobby related department, and it wasn't pretty. Fuck, it really hurt, really hurt. Right, so straight back into the bowl now. I'm going to re-whip the lather, give it a fresh batch. and hopefully get a better result from the lather. It's not fair to use the lather not in the way it's supposed to be used, really. So hopefully we'll see quite a difference in the lather quality in this one. I think I've cut myself. Yeah, I have had a lot of little spots on my head from my last shave. What happens is with head shaves, what I find is if you shave your head and you leave it for 2 to 3 days, you end up with, they're almost like little milk spots. I don't know what you would call them, but that's what they're like. And I end up nicking them all off, so I need to either shave every 2 days maximum, or I then need to leave it longer, so I'm sort of shaving at the wrong time right now. It's part of the reason why I either have no growth when I shave my head, or whether I have a week's growth. Right, I can tell you right now that this is much, much better. I can feel it, how dense it is. You can see how dense it is now, how glossy it is. Yeah, I should just have done it right the first time, just to put a little bit of soap in. This isn't even done, this needs a lot more water. Much better. I can actually feel the properties of the soap now. I can feel that lovely slickness, that thickness that I didn't get from that. Look at the difference in the lather. Look at the gloss on that. I should have really, for that first pass, done it right. I haven't. That's probably why I'm probably paying the price now with the little bumps and stuff like that getting cut. That's a far, far superior lather. I'm just going to do the tips again. This brush, it's a beautiful handle. I'm still not sold on this knot. I'm sorry, Milton, I can't get round it. I really can't. I find it just too scrubby. I don't even find that it whips a great lather compared to some other knots that I've got. This is my own personal opinion on it, guys. I'm not, like I said, I think in my face shave video, when you come to this channel for reviews to see a product, you get honesty with it. If it's not right for me, it's not right. This brush was very kindly gifted to me from Milton over at Turn and Shave. And I really wanted it to work. I don't want to get rid of it. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to be giving away, this will be the 5th, I'm going to give away 5 prizes. And the 5 prizes for my 2000 giveaway are going to be brush related. That'll be the main item that you'll get, and then there'll be another couple of little bits and balls with it, but that's going to be the main item that you'll get. It'll be one based on a, so what I'm going to do is this brush here, so there'll be 5 giveaways, but this one will be an Instagram giveaway only. Hang on a minute. Is that alright? Oh, I think it's working. I think I'm low on battery. Sorry, I can throw this camera all over the place. I thought I stopped and I didn't. So I'm going to be giving this brush away on Instagram, sort of in collaboration with Milton. At the end of the day, he sent me this brush, so I think the whole idea on this one will be that you make sure that you subscribe to Milton's Instagram, you like the picture and you comment or tag people in, so it'll be something like that, similar to what everyone else does. And the other 4 are going to be YouTube. I think I might do a Facebook one as well, I'm not 100% sure. Going against the grain now with the Karve and the Gillette Nasset blade. And it's like a hot knife through butter, it just feels incredible. Just so you can see the difference in how thick and creamy and dense that, excuse me, that lather is. And one little whip in the cold water empties the whole razor out. It seems to dissolve in water very easily, which is actually quite a nice property. I'm not getting the best of slickness here, I have to say. What's happening is because this soap does actually dilute in water so easily, it's because I'm putting a bit of water on my head with the razor. It's causing the soap to sort of dissipate faster. So when the cream's on, when the actual lather's on my head, the slickness is spot on. But whenever it's not there and I'm sort of buffing a little bit, it dissipates a lot faster. It's not alarming amounts. I mean, it's coping there really, really well. Yeah, it almost goes like milk. Like a milk consistency once you actually get the lather off and dip it in the water. You know something, I don't know whether hitting my dick's made an effect, but I'm starting to feel a bit shit. I might have to pull out the head blade or something just to finish this off. Just for quickness, there's not much left. Yeah, I mean the slickness is there, it's definitely there. Just every now and then I just don't feel it as much. That's really slick. Really, really slick. My head feels a little bit irritated. It's not the soap. It just feels like that because of all the little bumps all over the place that I've been going over there. Do you know what, I'll just do it right. Get the rest of this lather out the bowl. Yeah, so it's a beautiful looking brush, it's a lovely looking knot, just, it's not my kind of knot, it's not my knot. Just take my time here and make sure I get everything. Everything to the best of my ability at least. Yeah, you see I'm getting the blades skipped there. That I'm not getting once the lather's actually on my head. But I am getting it when I'm trying to use just the residual slickness. Well, I've still got pretty much BBS, there's a few little bits here and there, but I'm feeling a bit awful, so knock this on the head. So, it's a great performing soap when the lather's on my head. It smells great, it's thick, it's creamy when I lather it right, when I lather it the way it should be lathered. The scent on the soap, on this one in particular, is absolutely stunning. It's such a simple scent. It smells like chocolate orange. It smells great. The citrus is nice, and it smells natural. It smells real. It smells like real chocolate, real orange. That's what it smells like. So I've had a great shave. I can't really argue with the shave. I mean, I've definitely got a few little cuts and bumps that I've nicked. There's no blood now, so they've obviously healed up. It's a very easy soap to work with, to lather, really easy to work with. On my face shave it worked better, but it could be literally, I think I might have screwed it up with this lather, reusing sort of the same stuff, and there wasn't enough in the bowl really to go for it. And I think that really affected it. Just rinsing out the bowl now. I'm just letting my head dry so that I can have a bit of a feel of what this post shave is like. So for those of you who don't know, I'm going to do this anyway, the video's already long. This bowl splits in two, as you can see. And what you do basically is you pop your handle through there. It's a little rubber O-ring that holds it together. Works perfectly. It's got a good tight fit. And then for travelling, for travel storage, take the handle out, pop it in backwards, and it just gives you a much more compact size to deal with when you're travelling. So it's an excellent travel bowl. It's just an excellent bowl all round. There's nothing really bad that I can say about it. It's comfortable to hold, it's light, well I'd say it's lightweight, it's got a good bit of heft to it, it is solid wood. So there's enough weight to it that makes it feel very substantial. But it's just comfortable to hold, it whips up a great lather. It looks great. I think it's one of the best things that Saponificio Baracino have done, in all honesty, that I've seen. I think their brushes look quite nice, but they also look a bit tacky as well. Well, there's no blood, I'm quite surprised by that. I thought there'd be blood everywhere. The brush for today, unfortunately this is probably the last use on it. I'll give this a good clean out, make sure it's nice and clean. It is a beautiful, beautiful brush. The handle on it, I'll just give it a bit of a wipe. hopefully you can see it. I'll put this light on. I think this is normally a bit better when I'm actually showcasing a brush so you can see through it. The handle on it is absolutely stunning. It is stunning. One thing I love about Milton over at Turn and Shave, and I highly commend him on it really, is his finishing of the brushes. The finish is impeccable. There's no tooling marks, there's no striations around the outside of the brush, there's just nothing, it's just crystal clear. Even with my shitty eyesight, when I put my glasses on, this still looks phenomenally crystal clear. The only scratches that are on this now are just very light hairline scratches just on this little rim here, which sits, all my brushes sit like that, so when they get moved about and I sit them on the shelf, they are going to pick up little minor scratches, but absolutely nothing to write home about. Turn and Shave, phenomenal brush. Unfortunately the knot just does not cut it for me, and rather than re-knot it, Milton did say to me, why don't I re-knot it? I think that looks beautiful like that, and I think there'll be someone out there that will use this knot and absolutely love it. And rather than deconstruct it and put another knot in it and risk scratching it and potentially doing it a bit of harm to the handle, I think it'd be nice for someone else to have it. And I don't give enough, I've not done enough giveaways. I think my last one was like 800 subscribers or something like that, 850, because my 1,000 subscriber one fell through, and didn't fall through, it just took so long to get the brushes for it, the Cadman brushes. So let's say that'll be an Instagram giveaway. I might do that relatively soon actually, and just get it out of the way and concentrate on YouTube from other ones. The razor was the Karve razor. Sort of focusing, there we go. Solid brass, beautifully built, beautifully constructed. It's literally flawless. I've looked over this thing so many times and it's practically flawless. You can see how it unthreads. The threads are just silky smooth, fits perfectly. There's literally no wiggle room. It just works phenomenally well. So well machined, such a beautiful razor. I'm just going to give it a bit of a rinse. Right, post-shave feel on the soap. Bearing in mind that my head was actually irritated before I even did this shave because I've let it grow for so long and it doesn't cope with that very well, so let's have a feel. It actually feels really nice. It feels quite moisturised. I'm still going to finish off with some Lucky Tiger, but I just wanted to have a bit of a feel because I thought it would have been pretty irritated. It is a bit irritated, but way less than I thought it would be. And thankfully, head shave and face shave, no reaction to the soap. So I'm over the moon with that. It's actually a really nice shave. Much better than I thought. Let's say the residual sleekness on it is something I really need on a head shave. I didn't do this lather right in the first place, so it has played a part in how this has turned out, but it still didn't feel like it had as much as some of the soaps out there that I use. So I'm going to work on this a little bit more. I'm going to work on the lather. I'm going to head lather with it probably next time if I can. I'm going to figure out a way of doing it. I might put it in the bowl and then I might even squish it really deep into the bottom of the tub and then just use my brush in that little tub and just actually load the brush from that and see how we go. But overall, it's an excellent, excellent soap base. Now, if you don't watch my face shave where I talk about the other soaps, this is the other one. I've got 3 samples here of the scented soaps from him. This one is lavender. The more I smell it, the more I like it. It smells beautiful, it really does. I'm not a big lavender fan, in all honesty. It could be that the weather's getting really cold over here. I mean, it's a horrible, windy, cloudy day over here today. So it could be that. But that smells really nice. It's very natural. It's got a very slight hit of sweetness. It's beautiful. Now the other one is a fougere. Now this one for me is a little bit, it's a crazy take on a fougere. For lack of a word, I can't really say it any other way. It's very, very citrus hit. But it smells fucking awesome. It smells like glacial lemon chill with a bit of green through it. It's almost like it smells like wintergreen in there. I don't know whether there is wintergreen in it. I don't think there is, but it smells like it's a little bit of wintergreen or menthol. It's just exploding, the scent. It smells absolutely phenomenal. And I'll be honest with you, you could pass it off as a citrus scent easily. It could be passed off as a lovely citrus scent. But I'm not sure what else is in there. But I think he's working on that scent still, so I'm going to keep that one under wraps, but I'm going to use it probably off camera. I might use it on camera, I don't know, use it off camera, see how it goes, see how I go with the lather. But overall, the lather itself, I've been very impressed with. It's very dense, it's very creamy, it's very glossy, it's easy to whip up. It just works. It's really good stuff. And as much as I haven't had the best of head shaves today, I'm feeling a bit shit now, which hasn't helped me. I think when I'm sort of going like this all the time, it makes me feel even worse. And because I've been on my back for so long, trying to heal the dong, it hasn't really helped me much. This video must be fucking super long by now. I'm just going to keep talking because I think it's still recording before my battery dies. And I finished off today with Lucky Tiger post-shave balm. Hang on a minute, I just got to do this again, sorry. Just so I can see, there we go. Lucky Tiger post-shave balm, or after shave and face tonic, whatever it's called. I really enjoyed that. I was due a head shave. I need to shave it a bit more actually. I might start shaving every day or every second day on it. The longer I leave it, the harder it becomes, because I do get those little spots and stuff. And that happens with my face shaves as well. If I leave my face too long or my neck too long with growth for 2 or 3 days, I end up with sort of bumps and bits and bobs. So as long as I keep on top of it, at least 2 day shaves, I'm good as gold, even though I have to shave every day. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that. I've certainly enjoyed both of those shaves. It's very moisturising at the end. The scents are beautiful. I'm really enjoying these scents. This one of the Jaffa with the orange and chocolate smells amazing. The other two do as well. The lavender's really growing on me. I'm really enjoying that lavender scent. I've only smelled it like 4 or 5 times. I'm doing a Nomeo. Nomeo loves to sniff stuff over and over again. Oh, it really brings back memories of Lavender Creeper, the sample that I was sent over from Jonathan Guzman. And I really enjoyed that lavender. And that smells phenomenal. I do have some splashes coming from Canada. They're coming by boat, so they're going to be here in probably 2 months, 3 months. When they get here, I think I'm going to have something to match with these soaps, which will be lovely. And other than that, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys for another shave, probably tomorrow. Cheers.